welcome to the Foolcast. Cheers.
Microphone. Welcome to the podcast. I will just start talking with a radio voice and sounding screamily fake.
It's been it's what time is it there?
8. No, it's 9 now. 9.
9 in the morning. Oh yeah.
I had this camera set up. I got like the 60. I got like the battery that plugs in, the fake battery. I can just run it full time, and then it just doesn't work now for some whatever fucking reason. The only thing that works is this trusty old webcam that gets out of focus real quick.
Yeah, it was weird because I had I have the A7S II now, and I was using the A6500 before. Like the 6500 was fine with just the Imaging Edge software. Like you could just run that, and then it would stream fine on here. But with this A7S II, you have to have like the webcam software installed as well. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. So.
Yeah, I had the webcam software for this thing installed. No, when I have the webcam or the 60 on, then I just won't detect it. It says it's open somewhere else, and it's like not fucking open anywhere else.
That's weird.
And
there's like a hacker.
Yeah, someone's hacking it. But then when I put the webcam on, and then obviously it detected it right away.
Yeah.
It also had the options. Like it showed that there is the utility from Canon there for the webcam. I'm like, what? Why doesn't the webcam work? Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
weird.
This weird thing giving me the options. Like, I don't know. Not when the thing is, not when the actual camera is attached. It only gives me the options when the separate camera is attached, which kind of pisses me off because I just wanted that option when I had the camera attached. Then I could use the better camera, and now I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't shot much yet with the A7S II, but did a few test shots, and it's pretty cool. Like having the ability to like have basically no light. Like you can shoot in such low light with super high ISO and still get a usable picture, which I'm not used to. I remember my old 5D Mark II. If you go above like ISO like 3200, it just starts to
grain out,
break up the image, and it just looks awful, just like crap. And now it's like I was up to like over 200,000 ISO. I'm like, what the hell? You can still see the picture, and it's not too grainy. Like it's still it's a bit grainy, but you can even clean that up in software.
Yeah, so I was thinking you could probably just clean it up too now. It's super easy too, even if you have like a bit of grain. There's so much footage that you can use now. I wouldn't say footage because it's digital, but like still, there's so much video that you can save with the repair software now. It's insane.
Yeah, for sure. You can upscale older, like low res footage or GoPro footage, or you can bring back any grainy footage. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
It kind of makes you think. At some point, then it just sort of gives you more options to use almost any kind of camera. And I think for like GoPro footage and things like that, it's perfect, right? To sort of fix those weird blocky detail, like lack of detail and stuff when you shoot on these like smaller censored cameras. But it ups the game in the sense of what you can get out of almost any camera now. With post-production software. And
yeah, that's cool.
It's like,
I was talking to a guy. Actually, today I picked up a new lens off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a Viltrox 20 millimeter 2.8.
That's cool.
And I was talking to the guy on, just asking him what he shoots, what types of things he shoots. He says he shoots commercials. I was like telling him, yeah, my first camera, like technology's come so far. My first camera was $2,000. It was a little Handycam mini DV, and the picture was just garbage. It was like, I was so happy though, just to have a camera. Like $2,000. I was just like running around making stupid little videos with friends and stuff, and it was just cool, and the ability to bring that into my computer and just do whatever, edit it, and that was amazing to me at the at the time. But
Yeah, I had one of those DV cameras too. I think I borrowed it off a friend and then never gave it back. It was like a
oh, yeah,
Panasonic, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, DV camera, and it had digital. You could take digital photos with the
yeah. I
thing.
remember mine did that too. I was super stoked about.
They're really crappy photos, but like
Yeah,
you can still take them. Yeah, it was like one of the first
yeah,
sort of hybrid photo video camera, technically in a way.
yeah, yeah. But I was so excited to get a camera. Now for $2,000, you can get a decent camera. Like you can get like a cine camera, like a freaking like Black Magic or something like that.
Mhm.
I mean, we won't get many lenses, but you could go out and get like vintage lenses if you're, just scraping together what you can. Like I get a good image out of those. I did a test last night with my old Helios Russian lenses, and you get like those lenses I got for like I think $100 or something each. Yeah, you get a pretty good image out of that for.
They all have character, and I mean, it's not. I think a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of sharpness you can get from a really decent, perfect lens that you paid 20 grand or whatever for, but you can also get a sharp image from a $50 used lens you find in a marketplace, no problem.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, like, tell me, whoever's viewing it, is the content what they're seeing any different?
yeah,
Like in their head, could they tell 100% the difference, or would they be looking for it? They probably aren't looking for it. The only people looking for that kind of stuff is camera nerds like us.
yeah.
You know
I
what I
know
mean? So
for
there's no
sure.
one else
Yeah,
there like trying to
well,
figure out, well, what lens did they use? Unless you
yeah.
are that kind of person, which we
I know.
technically
Yeah,
are. Most people are like, oh, okay. Thanks for the
yeah,
information. You're welcome. I'm such a nerd.
yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I mean, I have some, I'd say just sort of mid-range kind of lenses, and I'm fine with them. I mean, I think like, I use the 24 often. I like 24. And then maybe I'll use 85. I still have an old Nifty 50, which I almost never use because it's one of those plastic ones. It's just, like that goes crunch. Unless you use it manually, then it's okay.
Yeah,
And it just doesn't pick up on the focus anymore with like anything. It's just shit. The quality though for the $100 or whatever, 50, Nifty 50, it's still really sharp. It
yeah,
still has this quality to it, and it has great bokeh, and for whatever cheap price I paid for it back in the day. At some point, I'd probably get the newer version of it, but whatever, it
mm,
doesn't matter. Like, I don't even use it that often anymore. When I started using the 85 instead, or I don't know, it doesn't really.
yeah. That's one
Nice.
thing I like. I have all my lenses that I had like 15 years ago or whatever.
Mm.
I change cameras constantly, but I always buy like the adapters if I, to go to a different type of camera like Sony or I had the Black Magic for a while, so I had adapters for the Micro Four Thirds. So yeah, but I always keep those lenses. I never sell them. I'm just like, I'll go through different cameras all the time, but my lenses I keep. So
That's pretty much what I do too, because yeah,
yeah,
I have an adapter for the what is it? I don't even know how to call my camera anymore, but that Lumix camera that I just got, what is
oh
it, the
yeah,
S2 or S whatever it is. That's how brilliant I am. Yeah, I had an adapter for that for EF, and then I have like some micro four thirds cameras, and I also have the adapter for EF on there as well. Of course, the adapters can fail sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I've had them, especially on the micro four thirds. I've had them fail quite often,
Oh yeah.
but not on the no, so far not on the Lumix. It seems to work fine on this.
I have some of the just dumb adapters that they don't have any autofocus or anything, so it's for like the manual lenses. Those ones are okay. I mean, they do the trick. I do have some autofocus ones though for the Canon lenses. So Canon to Sony.
Yeah, I mean, you really kind of need the autofocus for, depending. I mean, I do like preferably because depends what you're shooting. If you're doing portraits, I need the autofocus. If I'm shooting like landscape, I don't need any autofocus. I just sit there and crank the aperture anyway, and then just let it grab that landscape. But I mean,
yeah, you want to make sure like somebody's eye, especially for portraits, you want to make sure their eye is in focus. Because like you get it, especially if you're using like super shallow depth of field, it'd be hard to nail that focus manually.
well, especially if you're like a 1.4 or something, and yeah, if you're off even a little bit, you kind of fucked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I've had some photos where I'm like, oh, damn, it's slightly out of focus. Like,
No, I know. So often I've had this like great photo. And I'm like, oh fuck, but her eye is out of focus. You know?
yeah.
Shit, I fucked it up. I won't tell her. I'll just like over sharpen it.
Yeah.
She won't notice.
Yeah. I've tried a few different methods on Photoshop. There's one where you like use some masks. I can't remember the exact method, but yeah, went through a couple tutorials on like how to mask and use different sharpening things to bring back
There's
some
quite
of
a few different ways to sharpen now. I mean, yeah. I've probably seen the one you're talking about too, because there's like so many different ways to go about sort of layering and then like using just sort of different. What was that one? I'm trying to think of. I think I know which one you're talking about too. Of course, all the terminology is faded out of my brain, so I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
Just how often I use that, you know.
Yeah, I don't do it too often, so I don't remember. But like if I need the tutorial again, I'm like, okay, I'll look it up. I'll find it. But
that's the thing. Unless you're like the guy that just does Photoshop all damn day, then you don't need to know that stuff. You should always. But that's the whole point, right? Like, you just have to have a toolbox you can go to get your information that you require in order to do or fix something, and that's the purpose. Nobody fucking knows everything, and if they do, congratulations, you're a fucking genius. But I need to at least I need to know at least the highest level of understanding, and then that's okay, So
yeah.
and I'll go in there and go in depth if I need to. It's not, you don't need to know everything, and if you really do need to know something right now, then go look it up. I mean, everybody has a sort of face value understanding of things, and that's also kind of, there's a lot of people that end up thinking they're experts because of that too, and just when they're not, they're just like they have the, if you're an expert, then you're gonna have to dive down a bit deeper. What's the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? Where
I don't think I would ever
a little bit
think I'm an expert at anything. I'm always learning, and that's why I enjoy this stuff. Like I love learning about it. Like I can do that all day, like just learning.
Yeah, just like listening and like and trying things out that you've seen somebody else do, or reading or researching, or just experimenting. And essentially, too, experimenting is always fun as well. No one's fucking expert. You know how many people think they're fucking experts on YouTube when it's just them regurgitating the same fucking shit they heard from somebody else over and over and over again, as if they're a fucking like they understand it. Like the minute they finish that video, they don't fucking remember that shit. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. I swear there's probably a bunch of YouTube channels out there that like there's something with building websites. It's called keyword hijacking. So they like they basically take all of the subjects of one website and they hijack all of them, they rewrite them, and then they basically like, you know, build an authority on that. I'm sure people do that with YouTube. Like they'll
Oh,
just
they
go
do.
to some YouTube
No,
channel and be like, "Oh, I'll do that tutorial. I'll
well,
do
it's
that
trending,
tutorial."
like trending
Yeah,
information. Like how many? If a new camera comes out, there's about 50 or 100, 200,000 people reacting, making a video on that, 100%, trying to be the authority
yeah,
on this new product, and it's just clickbait. They don't know shit. They read it off a fucking list of information and then regurgitated it out. When they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, but my opinion is," I'm like, "Good for you. Your fucking opinion means nothing to me." you just stole that information where I could just read it too, and then everybody's looking up more of a most people are looking up something else, and they get that, and they're disappointed.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no new information. It's the same information.
I
And
like
people put these
people who
clickbait.
have their kind of own style on their channel, like where you don't see it anywhere else. There's this guy, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he does these basically lens and camera reviews, but he does it like a futuristic, like he's got this like helmet on and he's
That's
like
awesome.
talking like, is this camera still relevant in 2560 something?
Yeah.
And
When
he's
people put a
like
little spin
talking
on it,
as
I
if,
love it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so he has this different style, like, oh, this camera or this lens is still relevant in 25 whatever. And it's kind of a cool little, I don't know, different thing. I don't think I've ever seen that elsewhere.
Some
I've only
people
seen
are
his
really good
channel.
at having fun with it, you know, and then there's other
Yeah,
people that just regurgitate, you know, and it's really boring or irritating, and you just feel like, why
yeah,
more? Why more of this? Then there's other people that just do a really good hands-on review or something like that, you know, or just have a really good, kind of straightforward, to the point finish, and I'm finished the video in like a minute. You know what I mean? Even if it's like a 5 minute video, I got the information, I'm fucking out of there. Those I
yeah,
like. It's
yeah,
not good for, like, I guess, retention, but for me it's great. You get that information, you fuck off. And that's the whole thing about YouTube, is to hold you with retention, right? It's to fucking
yeah,
trick you with a clickbait, get you in there to watch the channel so that somebody else can regurgitate the same fucking information we're all able to read other fucking website, and then just there's like a million of those.
yeah. A lot of the time, it's like the whatever you came to the video for, it's at the end of the video.
Yeah,
So like,
you gotta
they'll
skip
tease
ahead.
it at the beginning and then they'll tell you what you came for at the end,
Yeah,
which
you
is
click on
annoying.
the, yeah, it's essentially the trick there is you click on the video, you see an advertisement, you fucking skip to the end, and you're
Yeah,
out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, there's those. It is more like YouTube is a lot of information. You know, people are searching for any, like, information on whatever topic they're looking up at the moment, whether you're trying to fix a bike, fix a whatever, you know, buy a camera, get a review, work out, learn some moves or whatever, do karate, you know, fight old people, whatever you need to do. You learn
yeah,
it on YouTube. Or the other thing is entertainment and music. That's, you know, in
yeah,
entertainment, there's a fine line between entertainment and and these review videos. You know, like, there's not really. It's just they're so separate. You either look for entertainment or you're looking for kind of tutorials.
yeah,
You know, and I know that when I go to YouTube, if I'm in the mood to look up tutorials, I'm going to go into fucking tutorial hell. You know, I'm going to go into a spiral of fucking tutorials until
yeah,
I realize I've learned fucking nothing. And, you know, I just watched a bunch of people tell me the same thing and I didn't even put it into practice. You know,
yeah,
and it's like half the time when it comes to looking up a tutorial like that, I'm like, ah, fuck it. And then I just go and then do it myself. And I'm like, yeah, that was easier than the fucking 20 tutorials I fucking watched.
yeah. There's a guy I used to follow all the time. He did After Effects tutorials, and I recently just looked him up. I'm like, does he still do those? And I don't believe he does anymore. Let me just look quickly.
My foot fell
Uh,
asleep. I feel like I'm in kindergarten sitting in a circle.
sure, if I put After Effects tutorials, he's probably one of the top ones. Oh, Video Copilot. You
Oh,
remember
I
him?
remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Andrew Kramer. Yeah, that was
Does it
his
still
name. Andrew.
exist?
His website's still up, but he doesn't make videos. Not as much, anyways. Let me see the last one that he made.
What a
I
funny
don't.
name, Andrew Kramer. Hey,
Yeah.
Kramer.
um, doesn't look like he makes them regularly though. Oh yeah, the last tutorial was 6 years ago.
That's a long time.
So, but yeah, I remember like um kind of back in the days when we were shooting skits and stuff. He was big on YouTube and uh, any effects like that's where we were learning a lot of the
It's like
like
10 years ago or more. It's like 12
yeah
years ago, maybe. Fucking
yeah.
shitloads of years ago. uh,
I know it's weird. Like I moved back here to Victoria now, and I'm like 13 years since I moved away from here, and
yeah.
it's so much busier now. Like it's insane how busy it is now here, and like how many more buildings. There's so many more buildings and people. Like Langford used to be pretty quiet, and now it's just like
Well, it's
constant
got
traffic.
developed hardcore, right? It's like
Yeah,
overly, everything's overly developed. Well, overly, what does overly mean? But everything's being, you got to get houses there, you know, you got to put people there. So
yeah.
I
So
remember
the
like,
yeah, we don't have to pay $1 million for a freaking condo or something like that. Yeah. So
why? Yeah, I can't fucking fathom it. Like, why would you ever buy that? And then you're paying fucking dues, you know, you're paying like the service fees for it too on top of it.
yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
how is it that you buy something and then you pay like basically the same like rent, and it's not even cheap, those fees. You know, it's
Yeah,
not
I
like a
know.
couple $100. It's like a half a grand or more, and like
Yeah.
fucking fees for something you're supposed to own.
It's insane. I
Fuck
would
that shit.
yeah. I'd rather put my money in like
Mm,
uh, I don't know, condo in Thailand or something like that where I don't have to pay fees.
yeah,
And I can buy it for like less than 50 grand or something like that. So
rather like buy a camper or something, you know, and go live in that than fucking do that, you know, like
yeah.
be a
Oh,
nomad
somebody
and
was mentioning that today. Like, this is out in Ontario, but he was like, "Oh, I was gonna buy a cabin in Ontario, but it was like 500,000 or something like
a
that." And then he's
cabin.
like, "Yeah, like a summer cabin." And he's
Okay.
like, "I buy a house in Italy for like 50 grand, and then fix it up, and then just go out there every summer, and then I don't. I mean, I'll still not spend as much as." I spent on a cabin in Ontario. It's like, yeah, that's smart.
That's the thing too. You wouldn't even have to buy a property over there, man. Like if you really want to just go hang out in Italy every fucking summer, and then you just like rent a place in Tuscany. I just did that,
Oh yeah,
you know, for like 2 weeks, and it was just like hanging out and looking at like just landscape, and it was nice, and there was a pool there, and then visited all the Italian cities around there,
nice.
and yeah, you know, they have really good steak there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it,
Uh,
it how well, price wise is it okay? Like for
Price wise,
um
yeah, it's well, for European standards, it's pretty, I'd say average. Like it's kind of very similar to where I'm living here in the sense of pricing.
oh yeah
Of course, depends on like which city you go to. If you go to Florence, which we did go visit Florence, and that even there, like, yeah, you're gonna pay a bit more, but comparatively to some places, it's still kind of affordable. I mean, yeah, we
nice.
went to like the best restaurant accidentally in Florence. You know, like didn't know, we just like went down in there. I
Yeah,
sat down, and the prices for passes and stuff were like $13, you know, 13, 14 for a meal. But of course, the steak was ordered, and that was very expensive. So, I mean, and anywhere else in that area, in that region, if you
mhm.
were to go to a restaurant like outside and like maybe a smaller little city, you'd pay half that for a steak. And
Oh
so it was like more than I wanted to pay for a steak. It
yeah.
was, uh,
Yeah.
but at the place we were staying, that guy the guy that owns the property, he also has this like sort of restaurant area that they doesn't. It's not every day open, but he like picks a day, and then a bunch of people show up. And I had steak there too, and it was like half the price, and it was better too. It tasted better. You know, it's for steak wise. I no, it was medium rare, just like basically salted, but the meat was so good that I'm like, man, that was good. And they make wine there too, and so I had the wine. I had like a, you know, had a whatever. I'm starting to think
Probably some
German
of the best
stuff.
wine, eh?
They got good wine, yeah. I joked there too. He's like, yeah, it's good wine. I'm like, yeah, better than France. And he's like,
Oh yeah.
fuck the French. Your wine sucks. Frenchies. But that's not true. They have really good fucking wine too. So
Yeah. Yeah. So it'd be nice to come out. I would love to see Italy actually. It looks nice.
yeah, obviously this time we were in Tuscany, so the province there, and then I went to Pisa, Florence, Siena, and then a bunch of other small towns I can't remember. I wrote them down so I'd remember.
Did you drive there?
We drove there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. How long does it take to drive out there?
I think in total from where we are it would be about 14 hours, but we did it in 2 days.
Oh yeah.
So we stayed in Austria first. On the first night, and we drove about half the distance, and then stayed in Austria. A little more than half the distance, I think, the first day. I don't remember. Yeah, about that.
Yeah,
and
that's not bad. That's like driving from Edmonton to Vancouver.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just fucking nothing forever. Except you actually see stuff on this one.
Yeah,
on this trip. Yeah, and mountains and stuff. It's nice, but yeah,
when I drove out here, we did it. We got to Vancouver in one day. But we wanted to get on the last ferry coming over to Victoria, but we couldn't make it. It was, we left too late.
Shit, yeah.
Chaos.
I hate that too, because if you're like pushing for like the last ferry too, it's super irritating, especially if you miss it. And you have to expect
and then I forgot that it's like summer, and most likely, even if we made it there, we wouldn't have been able to like get on. It's summer is like very hard to get on unless you booked it in advance.
Yeah, with a car, yeah, for sure. It's not easy to. And also, sometimes those fucking ferries, they just like cancel. You know, it's like, oh, it's too windy. Sorry, go fucking home. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
There's some killer whales out there. Sorry, you gotta wait. They're playing. They're doing stuff. Leave them alone. You gotta come back the next ferry. I don't think they do that for killer whales though.
But it's nice to be back here. It's like I don't know, so much more to see in such a smaller area, like just parks and ocean. And I miss that.
It's much nicer than fucking nothing.
Yeah, just like
for
industrial.
Who knows how long? Yeah.
Yeah, like just flat and industrial
wasteland.
Yeah,
it's like come to Edmonton where you will die of depression.
Yeah,
if the cold doesn't get you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's nice to be back. I don't have like full-time work right now, which is weird. It's weird to like come back and I didn't have anything really set up, but then I'm starting to get like little kind of jobs here and there. And then I got my documentary coming that we got funding approved for that. So I'm going to start filming. I started filming actually a couple of weeks back. I had to get up super early. They were doing this, it's like a tribal video journey. And so I got up early and did some filming of them because they have to get up early to leave. They're kind of going down the island and then going to the States. They do that every year. So yeah, I got some. There was another guy there doing like drone video, and I'm kind of glad I didn't bring my drone because I was thinking about bringing my drone, but I'm like, it would have been weird to have two drones up there, like
battle.
competing for shots.
Yeah, it's just like battle it out.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's one shot. Just fucking ram him.
Yeah.
You know, the sensors would probably kick off and they'd just be like hovering there in front of each other.
Yeah.
I always, that'd be fun. Drone battles. They should do
Yeah.
that. They should make a drone battle show
Yeah.
for no reason. I don't know. I wouldn't watch it.
They had kind of what was that show back? They had like a Robot Wars or something like that.
Oh yeah, I
What
remember
was
that. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
just
we'll
yeah,
build
they
these bots and then
and they battle them out in a little arena.
yeah.
Yeah, I finished. Well, I finished. Anyways, I got the last scene of this film shot. I just haven't looked. You know, I got it all off the card into the folder. That's as far as it's got. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I need to edit it and then fit it in with the rest and see if I have something worth showing. Which I think I do at some point. It will be worth showing, and I'll try to do a little test screening at this place I hang out called the Japanese House, which is like kind of like a they wouldn't have it in Canada, but it's like a nonprofit, but it's like a bar, and they have like events and stuff there. They have artists like. Music going in there. Like a couple weeks ago, they had this like Japanese whistler and opera singer there.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's like, it was pretty sick actually. It was like, I had a photo exhibition there as well at one point, and there's always some sorts of art going on in there, and beer's cheap
Oh nice.
comparatively to a bar. I don't know, but
Yeah.
also a nice atmosphere.
Oh cool.
If I can get a chance to finish this, and I'll probably just show it there, just to get some audience reactions to see if I'm on the right direction with editing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You have part of it edited already, or you
I have.
is that
I
the
have
film? Is that the one you've been working on, like the one with the?
yeah, the
Oh,
gangster
okay,
one.
yeah. That's
But
cool. Yeah, that would be.
yeah,
I want to see
have.
that once you're done.
Yeah. And once it's fully finished and has it has a like a running fucking storyline. Like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a ridiculous one, and I think the fact is I never wrote the script. I wrote each individual skit.
Oh yeah.
Each script was written, like each skit was written, right? So all the scenarios were written, individually, and in my head, I had this sort of way to put it together,
Yeah.
but never wrote it out completely. I just started filming things, and I think in this way it gives it its own kind of cartoony, stylized, just jokey flashback kind of. I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous, and as long as that it's worth, that you get your kind of satisfaction from watching it, and then I'm not boring anybody. That at least it's you can follow it and then get the jokes, and then go back to the story, get the jokes, go back to the story, get the jokes, and never really be fully satisfied, but laugh, laugh as much as possible. Right? Or be grossed out, either or.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool though. Yeah, definitely. Let me know when
I will
you
for
get
sure.
that done, because I want to see that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot to do. I haven't been doing much though. That's the thing. Like when I got here, I was like the first week I'm like exhausted from moving, and I'm like slowly unpacking everything, and then like I had some real estate videos to do for my cousin. He's a real estate agent, so I'm like doing up some videos for him, slowly getting those done one by one, and then I have this also short film to edit, which I put all into like organize them into folders, and then started slowly importing them, but I now have to go and like sync all the sound, and
Yeah, that's the most yeah.
yeah, it's annoying.
That's the least fun part, is like getting it all on the timeline, syncing all the sound,
Yeah.
and then pretty much cutting like more than 80% of what you fucking put on there. And
Yeah.
like oh, I don't know. Some people are really tight with how they shoot, and they know, like I am generally too. Like I try to be as tight as I can with like the footage I get as the footage I'm going to use. But then again, I might get like the same shot 30 times, you know, so I
Yeah.
don't take the best one out of it.
I would hate to be the editor for what's that guy's name? That did the Social Network.
David Fincher.
Yeah, I would hate to be his editor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because from what I heard, all his films, he does like 100 takes of every
Yeah, but
everything.
I like his rationality behind that, right? Is like, you know, you get these famous stars to come up, they pay for everything, they you know, they're making ridiculous amounts of money. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect, man? Obviously, I want the fucking performance. Like, what is he's paying? That's what they're being paid for, to get the shot he wants them to have. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
really good logic that, you know, they're there for the shot, they're there for the story, they're there for the fucking film. You know, then they should know their fucking lines, right? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think that's true about that. Um, Obviously, I'm more because I'm doing comedy stuff. I just don't give a fuck. Like, I want the good performances. So I'll just do it fucking 10 times. But it's true. I do it like like so many fucking times over and over again until it's funny.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I think being funny, you can't try to be funny. The situation has to be funny, right?
Yeah. For sure.
You can play it funny, but you can't, to a point, you can't just force funny. The situation has to be stupid. You know?
Yeah.
People are shocked by stupidity or just random stuff, things you know, things they're not expecting. That's what makes things funny. You can't force funny. You can write funny, but that's because you're writing the idea of the surprise. You're writing the idea of the punchline, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Twist people's brain a bit.
I never got into. I never was like purposely trying to write any kind of funny stuff until I started hanging out with like Skifferbrains people and everything, and then started trying to get into writing comedy. But I'm still not, yeah, not that great for the comedy writing. But
Yeah, but
yeah, it's
sometimes it's just the performance that makes it funny too. Sometimes you think it's
yeah,
funny when you write it, right? And but then it like does not really applied too much when you see it. But then if the acting's good or like the performance as well, then it's more funny.
yeah,
Like I still think there's, you know, it's really hard. You can get a laugh by forcing it sometimes, but generally not. I think sometimes the performance is what makes it more funny because there's just something about the way that you know, somebody pulls it off or just or they fuck up, you
yeah,
know, or there's just, you know, they don't get it. And they're
yeah,
acting it anyways, and it makes it even more funny. So yeah, this last scene that I did was basically the bad guy, or Tim, the, you know, character. I had to figure out a way to sort of finish this, like, idea. You know, how did they get the Frenchie? And it's really cheesy, and but it just sort of, you know, it's just sort of starts off. I just wanted to play around with the idea that I have this tracksuit, right? Because, you know, the gangsters always wear tracksuits or whatever, right? So
yeah.
it's this really, it's this Adidas one, and it's one of those plasticky ones, so it just makes sounds. It's like whoosh, whoosh. So I have the start of him just like walking, like getting out of his car and just walking, and totally accent the fucking swish sound, and just like close ups, so just stupidly accent like how dumb this fucking guy is and the suit he's wearing. It's just walking through, and he just goes to rough up, you know, a guy that owes him money, and yeah, small conversation or whatever, and I wrote it out. It was pretty funny, but then he ends up just picking him up upside down and just shaking him up, you know. And I like, made some fake feet and stuff like that, so you can get the close up of me like that. I had to get a phone call, so I have like one foot, and I'm like talking to him. He got him upside down on the other, and there's like fucking shit flying out of his pockets. It was just really stupid, right? And just wanted to make it really dumb, like just as cartoony as possible. And yeah, anyways, yeah, it gets a phone call, and then I'm just like ruining my movie, but it gets a phone call and from his wife, and he's like, "Oh fuck, he's gonna pick up his daughter." So he's like, "All right, next time you better get me the money or whatever," you know. Throws him down, and then goes to the car, and he just frantically pulls out and hits a guy, and it's actually the fucking guy he needs. That's
Just
it.
what?
Just like he pulls out of the car, like gets in the car and pulls out backs up really quickly, and he fucking hits somebody, and that's the guy he needs. Just super fucking easy peasy, you know. Turn a skit into like the way he got the guy. Yeah, it's just there's just no reason. There's really no. You could have just done that. He gets into the car and backs up, and that could have been the information. But now you got to fucking put this whole little fucking dialogue with Tim fucking roughing up a guy for money he owes him and put him upside down. Just because that's the nature of this fucking film. It's just pointless ridiculousness situations, you know, that sort of supposed to tie into like, you know, like, yeah, what the fuck happened to the French?
Yeah, it's cool though. I'm looking forward to watching it
I
once it's done.
still need to edit this. You know, my friend that helped me with it. Yeah, he's looking forward to seeing that footage because
Oh yeah.
I got him to film it, right? And he also acted in as a kid. Luckily, I could pick him up, so I was able to actually get some shots of him upside down, literally,
Oh yeah.
on the wide and then the close up.
Mhm.
And then they have these fake feet where I'm just like, super stupid. It looks obviously fake, but yeah, it's in the best way.
Yeah, I got one thing I think I showed you this. I might have sent you a picture, but I got this XP pen thing
Yeah, those
for
are cool,
editing.
eh? Yeah.
So I guess it's not bad. Like it helps with like, you know, you can like scroll through and you could put all your shortcuts here.
Mm.
The thing is getting your muscle memory to this instead of, you know, like most of my muscle
Yeah.
memory is on the keyboard. But like, yeah, just getting it to here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like trying to it's create a
retrain
new-
your brain.
Yeah, you have to train it to it's like it's like playing the actual keyboard, you know? You got to remember where the fucking notes are and shit. So
Yeah.
but it's like any shortcut keys even on the keyboard, it's like you got to build a little shortcut system at some point for things, and I get lazy sometimes and I just don't bother. I just keep doing it the hard way.
Yeah.
I'm like
The
I
way
could
you
have
know.
made a way
Yeah.
easier way to do this, yeah.
I know, like a few times I was editing, I'm like, well, I'm not even using the damn thing I bought. I'm like, like it's sitting right there, but I'm like going back to the old way because I'm trying to rush through it or whatever, and I'm not even thinking about it. So I'm like, yeah, but I sort of getting used to it. Yeah, I just I have to use it more often. Just
And I
get
know that
used to it.
DaVinci Resolve has a whole bunch of products that you can use to sort of sync up with the cutting. Right? They have like a whole interface, I think, for cutting
Yeah.
that you can buy. I'm like, that's just like extra fucking money I don't need to pay for it, just so that I can get even slower at the beginning of cutting. You know, like because you have to learn how to use the interface, and it just eventually it'll speed it up. But at the first time you buy it, you have the learning curve, and then you have to get used to it. I bet you it'd be very helpful if I was really editing all that much. You know,
Yeah. I'm trying to get better at editing. Like I've going through this like course and like on editing and how they cut, you know, certain things in Hollywood, how they decide to cut whatever, this and that. So I'm kind of going through that just to, you know, just to hone my, because I never really actually took a course. I just figured it out.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's nice to know why people cut the way they cut.
That's true. There's a few editors, like what's one guy? I can't remember his name. There's one guy. What's it called? A YouTuber, and he's like an editor, and he does just videos on editing.
Oh yeah.
It's a really easy thing like to remember. But I've watched some of his videos once in a while, and they're pretty good. And he does interviews like other editors and gets information, talks about reasons why they edit this way or yeah, I mean, sometimes you think you know what you're doing, and then you listen to these guys, you're like, yeah, fuck, I missed that. I could have been that. That could have made that so much better if I just, had some smarter people around me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He was in this course. He was explaining like action cut scenes and like, or what the way they cut action and like how there was one thing he mentioned with like action where if they cut from one shot to another, they'll actually like cut. You'll see the same action twice, but it's so quick that you don't notice it. But just if he slows it down and he's showing it, he's like, okay, they cut here and then they cut to another shot, but then it's basically rewound and they're showing the action again. But you
Yeah,
don't
they
notice it because it's cut so quickly. But it's
yeah,
to make the audience
it's
understand
impactful.
what's happening.
Yeah, it's because if you don't cut it like that, you can, but then it's kind of you don't have that sort of if you're gonna change the scene, if you're gonna change the cut, like if you just play it out in one. But even so, sometimes if they play it out in one, they just double it up again to show you that the action happened, and they might do it in a close up. They might do it like in like a wide first, and then zoom in and do the same fucking thing again, just to show you the
Yeah.
exact impact of it. And yeah, that's probably what you're talking about. It's very yeah. Of course, in a lot of the I say action scenes that we see, they'll show it from different angles and they'll just show the shot. They'll show the hit twice. And you're right. Yeah, I've seen that talked about as well.
Yeah, they were talking about Taken 3, how there was over edited scene where he's jumping over a fence and it's like way too many cuts just for him to jump over the fence. And it was like he's like, yeah, they really messed up the edit for that. It was just like way too many like jittery cuts and it just didn't make any sense. And it was like you can over edit something too.
You totally can. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's like I think it's when you don't have like another the four eye principle, like the having someone else to fucking look over your shit before it goes out. It's always helpful because you always miss shit. Anytime
you can miss something,
anytime I
yeah.
edit, I always send it out to people to ask because you're gonna miss it. You have to have someone else's eyes on the thing, man.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
because if you
not.
think about these big studios, big films, they have like multiple editors.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I
Like
do.
they
Yeah.
have a junior editor to do all the shitty little things that they don't want to do, and then they have like higher up editors, and then like multiple people working on it.
Yeah, and then you'll
I'm
still have
sure.
a bunch of people coming to look over it too. You'll have
Yeah,
obviously the director, you'll have the probably producer, definitely like maybe some bankrollers in there looking at the finished product, and having their insight. But it's good to have multiple eyes on the thing. Otherwise, it's you're. I'm not saying you can't get it really done without that, but it's nice to have people proof your shit.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, point out anything that you missed. Yeah,
Yeah, because I
for sure,
mean,
that's good.
yeah, you might think it's funny, but if people don't laugh, then it's not really funny.
Yeah.
You know? It might be scary, but if no one's scared,
Yeah. And I got this actually. I'll show you this quickly. Finally got myself a monitor, so I'm not like squinting at my little tiny back of the screen. Because I was like, well, I'm gonna be filming this documentary, so I need something that's like bigger than this tiny little. So it's not an expensive one. It's not.
Well, I have
It'll
one like
do
that.
though.
If it's bigger than mine, but I have a Free World one too as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit smaller.
So
a little bit
yeah,
older
it's
too.
not bad. Like at least you can get like an idea of what the shot looks like instead of having to squint on that little tiny
Yeah, it's
LCD
annoying.
screen on the back of the camera. So yeah, it's nice. It's been years since I did have a monitor back in the day, but it's been a while since I had like an actual monitor for my camera. It'll be a lot easier to get the shots, at least make sure they're in focus and stuff.
Yeah.
So, or if I have to record myself, I can have it, pointed in my direction. So Sony doesn't have a, you know, articulating screen that pops out. So yeah, that's really nice to have that.